back. My next guest appears regularly on the sitcom King of Queens, and you can see him at Largo in Los Angeles on February 22nd. Please welcome a very funny guy, Patton Oswalt.
Oh, hello, everyone. I don't really have a big opening joke, so midgets. You know, I read somewhere that in Southern California and also Florida, there are these places called midget villages, and only, midgets live there. All the houses are scaled down to their height, so are the cars, and it's fenced off. You got to be a midget to get in. And maybe I'm a little perverse, but I would love just to get really liquored up one night and then hop the fence and walk through the town going, ah, boom. That'd be really good for my self-esteem, you know? Attack of the 5'5" guy. My God, those are 30-length pants. But, God, I love reading the obituaries in the paper. I do. Not that I want to read about people dying, but it just seems that the people that write obituaries want to be PR people because they're always spinning, putting a positive spin on everything. Like, for instance, no one ever dies of cancer in the obituaries. People always succumb after a valiant battle, or they give in after a courageous... That just statistically can't be possible. There had to have been a couple of cowardly ordeals in there, you know, where like, Bob Schlemecke died today after a cowardly, craven ordeal with cancer, during which he wished the disease on his family and friends, and attempted a pact with Satan, which left his basement covered in goat's blood for a demon who never appeared. A few mourners who showed up at his funeral had a hard time not giggling. Good riddance. Good riddance. My God. You know what else I like? The Game Show Network, and here's why. Because everyone goes off about how, I'm going to do this right to Max. Hey, buddy. They all talk about how great Dean Martin was, because Dean Martin would perform drunk. He didn't care. He was all liquored up. But a lot of that was fake. It was like an act. But not Richard Dawson on The Family Feud. Richard Dawson is not only drunk, he's impaired. It affects his ability to do his job, and he kept his job. That's how charming he was. I was watching one episode, the category was like name a country in Asia. So Richard is leaning against our podium, he's got his little card, he's like, all right, 100 people surveyed, top 5 answers on the board. Name it. So the guy says Korea. Now Richard hears Korea, peels himself off of their podium, and begins wandering downstage, talking out loud about nothing. You know, they got that whole Korean scandal in the Congress with the senators taking kickbacks, and they had a whole fact-finding mission trying to figure out if there's any wrongdoing. I get a parking ticket out here on Ventura and Radford. I gotta pay the son of a gun in 2 weeks. Show us Korea! And then they spin Korea over. Now, but Richard Dawson does not hold a candle to Mr. Tom Carvel. Tom Carvel, the greatest commercial pitchman ever, who has these like a dozen lousy ice cream stores and then insists on doing his own voiceovers. That was amazing. Therein lay the tragedy of Tom Carvel, because he had a voice that sounded like Tom Waits gargling chunks of hot asphalt, and you would hear it and your spine would turn to broken glass. Oh my God! And he would just go on going, this is Tom Carvel for the Carvel ice cream stores. Just in time for Father's Day, we have Fudgy the Whale. That's right, Fudgy the Whale. Bringing Father's Day greetings to you dad. Right here, whale of a dad, frosted color of your choice. And from outer space, we have Cookie Puss. That's right, Cookie Puss. He's an outer space alien. He's not going to probe your rectum like the aliens in Whitley Strieber's Communion. So come on in, pick up a Cookie Puss. And returns around. You could not cut those cakes with a lightsaber. Your dad would pop his shoulder. Oh, you bastards! Bullet popping goodness from Tom Carvel for the most obscure holidays on the calendar. If only Lee Harvey Oswald had been carrying one of our ice cream cakes when they transferred him from that prison in Dallas, he'd be alive to tell us who pulled the trigger on JFK today. So, just this week, pick up our new lime-flavored grassy knoll ice cream cake. That's right. It's ice cream cake shaped like a grassy knoll, and there's little licorice CIA men pulling the trigger on JFK as he rides by the marching limousine. Thank you, folks. That's it. Good night. I'm done.
break. All right, everybody. We're back. That's our show for the night. I want to thank all my guests. Patton, Oswalt, very funny. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our thanks to Rosie O'Donnell for being on the show. Our thanks to Daniel Stern for being here. You got your Andy Richter, you have your Max Weinberg 7. Stay tuned for later, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.